Hello, BookTube. Well, those of you who've watched my last few videos and who are at all mathematically inclined will be able to guess how many book packages we have today. Yes, it's 3. As UPS slowly works its way back up to, I guess, 365 in a year. And the first one sort of gives away the game of what it is by putting its cover on the front of the package. So I already know what's going to be on the inside. But let's take a look at it anyway and see. Let's see what we have here in this pretty blue envelope. This is called David and the Philistine Woman, and it's by Paul Borston. Okay. Well, I've never heard of Paul Borston before, to the best of my knowledge, but his cover has a blurb from Reza Aslan, the author of Zealot, and David Walpy, the author of a book on King David, of a great little biography on King David. So that's not bad. And it proves that other people know him, even if I do not. Goodness gracious. Rabbi Walpy and Reza Aslan. That's pretty much covering your bases, unless you can get Richard Dawkins to blub your book. So what is this here? The clash of David and Goliath may well be the world's ultimate narrative of good triumphing over evil. It is no such thing. Thanks to award-winning documentary filmmaker Paul Borston. Everybody knows about this guy but me. I'll have to Google him. This story acquires the dramatic intensity of a thriller with unexpected twists and unforgettable heroes. This is a novel about King David. One of the biggest surprises is Nara, the Philistine woman of the title, a blacksmith's daughter. Because of her remarkable height and strength, she is betrothed to Goliath, the most fearsome warrior of her people. What happens when Nara's fate collides with David's destiny will forever transform how you experience this climactic turning point in the Bible and illuminate its timeless significance. In the tradition of the Red Tent, that the publicist hadn't done that, they wouldn't be earning their money. Okay, so this is a story about King David and the wife of Goliath. That's pretty interesting. So this comes out as a paperback original, very good. So it means you can all walk into the bookstore and buy it instead of saving up $50 for it. And it comes out in early August. And this guy he's traveled all around the world. He's produced tons of TV documentaries, but this is his first historical novel. Interesting. Oh, very interesting. All right, so this is from Over the River Public Relations is the ones pressing it, and it is by Top Hat Books. I've never heard of either outfit, but I'm intrigued. So let's see. We've got David and the Philistine Woman with truly remarkable blurbs, and then we'll do this next one. Some of you may remember from if you've watched the 10,000 videos that I've done on this channel, you might remember that I'm rather a fan of King David, the biblical story of King David, and also rather a fan of King David historical fiction. I've read enormous amounts of it in my life, and I can't get enough of it. Interpretations on him, can't get enough of it. So this I will consume long before August, I would assume. All right, so the next one is by Delphine de Vigan, and it's called Based on a True Story. At the start of Based on a True Story, Delphine is fresh off a successful press tour for her latest novel. Okay, so is this a novel? Yeah, well, she's a novelist. Let's see here. Emotionally exhausted, she feels unmoored by the experience, like she never deserved success. I can't even write my name anymore, she says. My name's a fake, a hoax. It's in this fragile state that Elle comes into Delphine's life. Elle is an unnamed, mysterious seductress, the image of everything Delphine wishes she could be, and a powerful voice of self-doubt. We watch as Elle slowly insinuates her way into every aspect of Delphine's life, influencing the very way she thinks. As the two women grow closer and Elle's influence becomes stronger, Delphine plunges into such mental paralysis that she can't even hold a pen. As their lives become more and more deeply connected, Delphine's very identity is at risk. based on a true story, is a sophisticated psychological thriller, a true page-turner that skillfully blurs the line between fact and fiction. The pub sheet says that this was a runaway bestseller when it was first published in France. Is that true? Those of you who are in France, do you recognize Delphine de Vigan? So I admit I'm not as sophisticated as the French, but I confess I don't understand. Is this a novel or is this not? If the main character is a novelist by the name of the novelist who wrote it, then okay. Well, the pub sheet says that it blurs the line between fact and fiction, so I imagine that's the whole point. I have never seen that done successfully, but this could be the first. And the last thing we have is a tiny little thing, so we'll end with a bit of an anticlimactic note. Let's see here. This is from Soho Press. Oh, great. Oh, wonderful. Okay, I requested this. This is The Boy in the Earth by Fuminori Nakamura. And this is translated from Japanese by Allison Mark and Powell. I requested this from Soho. I read Fuminori Nakamura's book, The Gun. And I was told by a couple of friends of mine in Japan that it was popular, that he is popular. And I didn't see it at all. And I wonder now if part of that might have been... I don't remember who translated The Gun. If I remember, I'll put my review down below. But I remember wondering if it was the translator's fault. Anyway, he's just I don't know if you can see, this is rather small. He's a wee snippet of a thing. He's younger than every article of clothing I have on me right now. And good for him that he has a thriving writing career. It's just the Gun left me wondering why that would be. And The Boy in the Earth won the Akutagawa Prize. Akutagawa, the author of Rashomon, right? I always think of The Simpsons now. It's terrible. I always think of The Simpsons when I think of Rashomon now. Because of a superb Simpsons throwaway joke where they're on the plane to visit Japan for the first time. Or no, they're on the plane, I think, to visit Australia. I think they're finally going to Australia. And they're running through a list of all the places that they've been. And Marge says to Homer Simpson, "You like Japan?" And Homer says, "That's not how I remember it." Which is it's a pure bonbon of a perfect joke to Rashomon fans and nobody else. Nobody else would even know that it was a joke. The line just goes right by. "Do you like Japan?" "That's not how I remember it." Sorry, I'm easily amused, as we've covered on this channel before. Akutagawa, yes, indeed. As soon as I said it correctly, I recognized the name. But anyway, I wonder if is that again, for those of you in Japan, is that a big deal to win that prize? But anyway, let's read the pub sheet. Some nameless functionary went to the bother of writing this. The least we could do is read it. This is a darkly melancholic tale combining Scorsese's Taxi Driver with Camus' The Fall. Only one of those is a book. I guess we ran out of examples. Set in Tokyo. One of Japan's most this calls the Akutagawa Award one of Japan's most prestigious literary awards. Here translated into English for the first time, and marks a high water mark in this important writer's career. So what have we got for 2005? Good Lord, this is ancient. As an unnamed Tokyo taxi driver, hence the Taxi Driver, works the night shift, picking up fares that offer him glimpses into the lives of ordinary people, he can't escape his own nihilistic thoughts. Almost without meaning to, he puts himself in harm's way. He can't stop daydreaming of suicide, envisioning himself returning to the earth in the obsessive fantasies that soon become terrifying blackout episodes. The truth is, his long-estranged father has tried to reach out to him, triggering a cascade of traumatic memories. As the cab driver wrestles with the grim truth about his past, the history of violence in his childhood among foster families and orphanages, He also confronts his real-world responsibility, his troubled girlfriend's blossoming alcoholism and unhappiness over her own sad past. That was one of the things that bothered me about the gun, was the absolutely unexamined sexism just on every page. Just here's hoping the author heard a little bit of that from his female readers, and maybe his. But again, I don't even know when this came out in relation to the gun. Why are we getting this author's books 50 years after he wrote them? For God's sake, why? If he's winning the most prestigious Japanese literary awards and he's a hit in his own country, why am I getting a 2005 novel in 2017 that's 80 pages long? So any of you who are work studying in Japan could translate it in an afternoon. Anyway, did we finish the blurb? I don't even know if we did. Let's go on, shall we? The Boy in the Earth is a closely told character study that poses a difficult question. Are some lives so damaged they are beyond repair? Is every child worth trying to save, or are some too ruined by their abusers to even function in society? That's 3 questions, not 1. Okay. Poignant and thought-provoking tour de force. Okay, all right. All right. Somebody who's 18 doesn't get a tour de force, but I get your meaning. All right, so this ancient novel, this thing that was written in 1975, and now has an English language translation, and it comes out. It comes out. Do we know? Do you know when A Boy in the Earth comes out? April. Comes out in April. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm fascinated. So we shall see. I'm fascinated, not least because there's a glut of. But look at this. I mean, this is 143 printed pages. But look at the size of the type, and look at the size of the margins, and look at all the wasted. Okay, so this was a novella at best. Okay, so The Boy in the Earth, which in its bygone era of dial-ups was a hit, based on a true story. Another book that apparently was a runaway bestseller in its own country, and David and the Philistine Woman, which has yet to have a chance to be a bestseller. This hasn't come out yet, and it will come out right here in the U.S. of A. And it's a King David historical novel, a Sweet Tooth of Steve's, and that's it. That is our tiny little mail haul. 3 books, so if the pattern stays true, then on Monday we'll get 4. But I'll see you long before then. I have lots of things to chat about. So I'll see you soon, book 2. Thank you.